The 5 most challenging airport approaches in the world. Only the boldest pilots. Dare fasten your seatbelt and brace for descent. Because we're about to dive into the world's most terrifying, adrenaline-pumping, and skill-demanding airport approaches. These are not your typical landings. From mountainside maneuvers to hairpin turns over city rooftops, these airports push pilots to their absolute limits. And, for passengers, it's the closest you'll get to a roller coaster in the sky. Get ready to discover the 5 most challenging airport approaches on Earth, where every landing is a test of nerves, precision, and raw aviation skill. At the 5th position, Courchevel Altiport, LFLJ, France. This airport has an altitude of 6,588 feet, 2,008 meters, a runway length of 537 meters, 1,762 feet, and the challenge level is considered as extreme, tucked into the French Alps and serving the luxurious Courchevel ski resort. This airport looks more like a ski jump than a runway. That's because it literally has a slope, a 19% gradient to be exact. That helps aircraft slow down during landing. There's no go-around option, no control tower, and very little margin for error. Pilots have to dodge mountains, fight unpredictable winds, and touch down on a dramatically sloped strip of pavement. Oh, and did we mention the snow? Why, it's legendary. The short runway forces precise speed control. High-altitude air thins lift, affecting descent rates. No lighting, no instruments. It's strictly visual. Courchevel is where elite pilots prove they've got ice in their veins, literally and figuratively. At the 4th position, Paro International Airport, PBH, Bhutan. This airport has an altitude of 7,332 feet, 2,235 meters, and a runway length of 1,964 meters, 6,445 feet. And the challenge level is considered as insane. Nestled in the Himalayan mountains, Paro Airport is often described as one of the world's most dangerous airports. And for good reason. Surrounded by peaks towering up to 18,000 feet, the approach requires a sharp bank just before landing, with the runway only becoming visible moments before touchdown. Only a handful of pilots worldwide are certified to land here. The airport's narrow valley location means no straight-in approach is possible. Pilots must fly manual, visual-only approaches, twisting and turning through the terrain. Why it's a pilot's nightmare. Weather changes in minutes. There's no ILS, Instrument Landing System. No room for mistakes. A missed approach is nearly impossible. Landing in Paro isn't just a skill. It's an art form, performed in one of the most sacred places on Earth. At the 3rd position, Toncontín International Airport, TGU, Honduras. This airport has an altitude of 3,297 feet, 1,005 meters, a runway length, 2,021 meters, 6,631 feet. And the challenge level is considered as critical. Toncontín was once ranked the 2nd most extreme airport in the world, and for good reason. The approach forces pilots to navigate a steep descent through mountainous terrain, followed by a hard right turn at low altitude to align with the runway. There's virtually no margin for error, and aircraft must brake hard after touchdown to avoid overshooting the relatively short runway. Why, it's nerve-wracking. Surrounded by hills and dense urban areas, turbulence is common on final approach. Strong crosswinds can push planes off course. Despite modernization efforts, flying into Toncontín remains a white-knuckle affair. It's where even seasoned pilots take a deep breath before descent. At the 2nd position, Madeira Cristiano Ronaldo Airport FNC, Portugal. This airport has an altitude of 190 feet, 58 meters, a runway, length 2,781 meters, 9,124 feet, and the challenge level is considered as high located on the island of Madeira in the Atlantic Ocean. This airport is infamous for its runway built on giant pillars over the ocean. Add sudden wind gusts from the surrounding cliffs, and you've got one of the most unpredictable approaches in Europe. Aircraft often approach at a steep angle and then crab into the wind before straightening out at the last second. The sensation for passengers? Like the plane is coming in sideways. What makes it infamous? Atlantic crosswinds and turbulence. Short and elevated runway with water on both ends. Demands rapid course correction and precise timing. It's one of the few airports where even experienced captains often receive additional simulator training. At the first position, Lukla Airport, Tenzing Hillary Airport, Nepal. This airport has an altitude of 9,334 feet, 2,845 meters, a runway length 527 meters, 1,729 feet, and the challenge level is considered as Extreme++. At the foot of Mount Everest lies the most dangerous airport in the world. Lukla is the gateway for climbers aiming to conquer Everest, and just reaching it is a conquest of its own. The airport sits on a steep incline, with mountains at one end and a sheer drop-off at the other. There's no room for a go-around, no second chances. Pilots must commit to the landing from the moment they begin descent. What makes Lukla terrifying? Rapid weather changes and low visibility. High altitude reduces aircraft performance. No radar, no tower, just raw visual flying. Only the most skilled pilots are allowed to fly here, and many consider landing at Lukla to be the Mount Everest of aviation challenges. From Himalayan cliffs to alpine slopes and Atlantic winds, these airport approaches aren't just landings. They're full-throttle tests of courage, skill, and split-second decision-making. For the pilots who fly them, it's about precision over perfection. And for passengers, it's a view and a thrill you'll never forget. Which airport would you dare to land at? Drop it in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more sky-high stories from the edge of aviation.